Learning English can be an exciting and rewarding journey. It opens up a world of opportunities, allowing you to communicate with people from different cultures, access a wealth of information and entertainment, and enhance your career prospects. While the process may seem daunting at first, with the right approach and mindset, anyone can become proficient in English. The first step in learning English is to immerse yourself in the language as much as possible. This means surrounding yourself with English in your daily life. Listen to English music, watch English movies and TV shows, and read English books and newspapers. Even if you don't understand everything at first, this exposure will help you become familiar with the sounds, rhythms, and patterns of the language. One effective way to start is by learning common phrases and expressions used in everyday situations. These can include greetings, introductions, and basic questions. Practice saying these phrases out loud, even if you're alone. This will help you become comfortable with speaking English and improve your pronunciation. Vocabulary is a crucial aspect of language learning. Start by focusing on the most commonly used words in English. Make a habit of learning a few new words each day, and try to use them in sentences. You can use flashcards, vocabulary apps, or simply keep a notebook to write down new words and their meanings. Remember, it's not just about memorizing words, but understanding how to use them in context. Grammar is often seen as the most challenging part of learning English. However, it doesn't have to be overwhelming. Start with the basics, such as understanding the structure of simple sentences. Learn about subjects, verbs, and objects, and how they work together. As you progress, gradually introduce more complex grammatical concepts. Remember that making mistakes is a natural part of the learning process, so don't be afraid to practice even if you're not sure you're using perfect grammar. Reading is an excellent way to improve your English skills. Start with simple texts, such as children's books or short news articles. As you read, try to understand the main ideas without looking up every unfamiliar word. This will help you develop the skill of inferring meaning from context. Gradually move on to more complex texts as your skills improve. Writing in English regularly can significantly enhance your language skills. Start by keeping a journal where you write a few sentences each day about your thoughts or activities. As you become more comfortable, try writing longer pieces, such as letters or short stories. Don't worry too much about perfection at first. The goal is to express your ideas in English. Listening is a crucial skill in language learning. Start by listening to slow, clear English, such as podcasts designed for language learners. As your skills improve, challenge yourself with faster, more natural speech. Try to catch individual words and phrases, and gradually work towards understanding entire conversations. Speaking is often the most intimidating aspect of learning a new language, but it's also one of the most important. Look for opportunities to practice speaking English, even if it's just talking to yourself. You can also find language exchange partners online or join English conversation groups in your area. Remember, the goal is communication, not perfection. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. They're a natural part of the learning process. Consistency is key when learning a language. Set aside time each day for English practice, even if it's just for 15 minutes. Regular, focused practice is more effective than occasional long study sessions. Now, let's illustrate the process of learning English through a unique story. Maria was a young woman from a small town in Spain who dreamed of traveling the world. She knew that to make her dream a reality, she needed to learn English. At first, the task seemed impossible. She didn't know where to start and felt overwhelmed by the complexity of the language. One day, while walking through her town's plaza, Maria noticed a group of tourists struggling to order food at a local cafe. Despite her limited English, she decided to help. "Hello," she said nervously, "can I help you?" The tourists looked relieved and nodded. Maria pointed to items on the menu, using the few English words she knew and a lot of gestures. Somehow, she managed to help the tourists place their order. Encouraged by this small success, Maria decided to take her English learning seriously. She started by downloading a language learning app on her phone. Every morning, while having her coffee, she would spend 15 minutes learning new words and phrases. She stuck post-it notes with English words on objects around her house, turning her home into a colorful English vocabulary lesson. In the evenings, Maria started watching her favorite TV shows in English, with Spanish subtitles. At first, the rapid speech confused her, but gradually, she began to pick up words and phrases. She found herself looking forward to these sessions, excited to understand more with each episode. Maria also joined an online language exchange platform, where she met Sarah, an American trying to learn Spanish. They would video chat twice a week, spending half the time speaking in English and half in Spanish. Maria was nervous at first, often stumbling over her words, but Sarah was patient and encouraging. They soon became friends, sharing stories about their lives and cultures. To improve her writing skills, Maria started a blog about her town, describing local attractions and traditions in simple English. It was challenging at first, and she often found herself reaching for her dictionary. But with each post, her confidence grew. To her surprise, people from around the world started reading her blog and leaving comments, which motivated her to write more. As months passed, Maria noticed her English improving. She could understand more of her TV shows without relying on subtitles. Her conversations with Sarah flowed more smoothly, and she found herself thinking in English at times. Her blog gained a small but loyal following, with readers appreciating her unique perspective and improving language skills. A year after she began her English learning journey, Maria's dream of traveling came true. She saved enough money to visit London. As she stepped off the plane, she felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. However, she soon found that she could navigate the city, ask for directions, order food, and even make small talk with locals. Her English wasn't perfect, but it was more than enough to enjoy her trip and connect with people. One evening in London, Maria found herself helping another group of tourists who were struggling with directions, just as she had helped those tourists in her hometown a year ago. As she confidently explained the route to them in English, she couldn't help but smile, realizing how far she had come. Maria's story shows that learning English is a gradual process that requires patience, dedication, and a willingness to step out of your comfort zone. She didn't become fluent overnight, but by incorporating English into her daily life in various ways, she made steady progress. She used apps for structured learning, TV shows for listening practice, language exchange for speaking practice, and blogging for writing practice. Most importantly, she wasn't afraid to use her English, even when it wasn't perfect. Remember, Everyone's English learning journey is unique. What worked for Maria might not work exactly the same way for you. The key is to find methods that you enjoy and that fit into your lifestyle. This will make it easier to stay consistent and motivated. Don't be discouraged by setbacks or mistakes. They're an essential part of the learning process. As you progress in your English learning journey, you'll likely experience moments of frustration when you feel like you're not improving. During these times, it's important to look back and recognize how far you've come. Celebrate small victories, like understanding a joke in English or having a short conversation with a native speaker. Learning English is not just about memorizing vocabulary and grammar rules. It's about opening yourself up to new ways of thinking and expressing ideas. Each language has its own unique idioms, expressions, and cultural references. As you learn English, you're not just learning words, but gaining insights into the cultures of English-speaking countries. Remember that fluency is a spectrum, not a destination. Even native speakers continue to learn new words and expressions throughout their lives. Set realistic goals for yourself, and be proud of your progress, no matter how small it might seem. In conclusion, learning English is a journey that requires dedication, consistency, and a positive attitude. Immerse yourself in the language, practice regularly, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. Use a variety of resources and methods to keep your learning engaging and effective. Remember Maria's story, and how she turned everyday situations into opportunities to learn and practice. With persistence and the right approach, you too can achieve your goal of learning English. The journey might be challenging at times, but the rewards in terms of personal growth, cultural understanding, and new opportunities are immeasurable. So take that first step, and embark on your own English learning adventure. The world of English is waiting for you to explore it.